You shame on you. Yo, that's an Instagram video, dog. That's a live Instagram video. Why didn't you just fucking film it? Like, why didn't you just show Bella Hadid saying, throw the Jews into the sea? Well, guess why? Because she never said that. Okay? That's why you just posted a fucking screenshot and just acted like she said that. But hey, I'm sorry, guys. Sorry, Israel. You literally lost the fucking you lost being an honest actor when you used the Western media outlets as a way to like draw out people into strategic positions so you could bomb them by lying about going in to the Gaza Strip. So you fucking lost. Like I will, like, I mean, why the fuck should anyone ever take you seriously? Why the fuck should anyone ever trust you ever again? Like, the entire fucking nation of Israel with all of the government apparatuses are fucking liars. They have lied time and time again. They lied in Lebanon. They lied about meat shields and saying that like human beings were used as fucking shields in numerous instances where they like straight up snipe medics and fuck and whatever the fuck. And now they're lying again. They lied about fucking invading Gaza, and now they're lying again. They're fucking liars. What do you want? And America does this too all the goddamn time. But like, you know, sorry, I'm just not going to trust this ever again. I'm not going to trust the word of like the official Israeli Twitter account managed by Israel's MFA ever again. The video. Let's watch. Wow, I can't believe she's saying throw the Jews into the sea. Wait, where is it? Wait, I'm sorry. Wait, hold on. I'm sorry. Where? What is it? From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free? Wait.
Palestine will be free. The river to the sea. Palestine will be free. Palestine will be free.
Where are they saying throw the Jews in the sea? Are we just now? Are we doing this thing where like? Are we just doing this thing where like if something, which is like a very common fucking chant. If something sounds like another thing, we're just gonna lie. I wonder why the Israeli account didn't post this now. Dude, what the fuck, dude?
From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. Palestine will be free. Free Palestine. Free Palestine. Free Palestine. Free Palestine.
It's an implied anti-Semitism. It's been levied at another U.S. politicians and media who have said this chant.
Free Palestine. Free Palestine.
By the way, for the record, the Twitch question that you asked, Twitch surprisingly offers a lot of like editorial freedom to someone like myself. You guys know I've literally fucking criticized Amazon over and over again, like as one of the top most watched channels on the entire platform on the planet. I literally gave wall-to-wall coverage to the Bessemer, Alabama unionization efforts against Amazon. So if they didn't fucking clap me then, I'd be very surprised if they were like, yeah, actually, sorry, your criticisms of Israel, which are absolutely fucking warranted, is unacceptable. So we're just going to ban you. That also would be a pretty big fucking news story and a relative problem for Twitch to have on their hands. She says from the river to the sea.
Free Palestine. Free Palestine.
That's crazy. I can't believe that. I cannot believe they were saying from the river to the sea, which could sound like throw the Jews in the sea. And because of that, I'm upset. You know what this sounds like, bro? This literally fucking sounds like, you know, hyper woke people will be like, I hypothetically saw a situation in my mind where you were committing a microaggression, and now I'm going to get upset at you because of that hypothetical that I just made up in my fucking mind. Like, okay, all right, sick, dude. Sorry, it rhymes, so... The Zionist defense minister had a meeting with TikTok and Facebook to censor all the pages that are covering the events from a Palestinian point of view. Oh, no, I know. Quick Google search says Amazon is not available in Israel, so they probably don't have any vested interest to ban anti-Israeli sentiment. Wait, really? I did not know that. Why the fuck is... Guys, no, this is, Didn't Pepe Levi get banned for criticizing Israel? No, he didn't get banned for criticizing Israel. He said something that I'm not going to repeat. Anyway. How did you feel about blood and soil during Charlottesville? Bro, this is a self-report, okay? If Palestinian freedom means, like, eradication of Jews to you, then you're, again, reporting that you basically think that, like, the Jewish existence in the region only relies on, like, bombing the fuck out of Palestinians. Which, by the way, is something that a lot of Zionists do believe. They do. What? If you're right on pretty much everything about except the direction in which Israel and the U.S.'s relationship operate backwards, you always frame it like Israel's the one dictating the U.S. agenda while it's definitely the other way around. Dude, are you fucking insane? You think the United States... You think the United States wants... is asking Israel to do what the fuck it's doing? Are you nuts, dude? No, Israel has a profound amount of influence within the realm of American politics. A lot of that has to do with America's strategic interests, but ultimately, like, if you think that the ethnic cleansing and displacement is being directed by America, and if it wasn't for, like, American politics and American foreign policy, like, Israel would just be fucking holding hands with all Palestinians, which it currently oppresses, and, you know, singing Kumbaya, you're fucking delusional. This is why they don't ban you, libtake. What? Correction bias studies show that this is hard for people to recall the fixed recorrection of a wrong statement. So why not say the wrong thing and affect a large amount of people? What? I'm so confused. Like, what? Israel isn't bombing the shit out of Palestinians. It's the IDF bombing Hamas strongholds. Why would they send warning strikes to get every civilian to safety if they wanted to bomb the shit out of Palestinians? They want to bomb and are bombing the shit out of Palestinians. Like, even Israel's own numbers show this reality where, like, most of the overwhelming majority of casualties has historically been and still continues to this day to be Palestinian civilians that they bomb. On top of that, they're bombing their infrastructure and important fucking buildings. Also, if they wanted to murder terrorists, okay, then why are they giving warning shots to terrorists? Like, that's so fucking stupid. It works. It works for either side of that argument, dude. Yeah. Why don't you ask the Palestinians if they love being fucking, being told that their casualties are simply a statistic and that they're fucking meat shields for Hamas? They're saying people will take to the first false info before they accept the correction, so it benefits them to lie about what these people are chanting. Oh, yeah. Here's a point that just as Hamas is in Palestine, Israelites are not IDF. No, I completely understand that. I literally always say that. But most people that also fucking say, most people that come in here, like the fucking ultra Zionist shitheads that come in here, are absolutely coming in here to defend indefensible, unjustifiable acts of ethnic cleansing. Nobody fucking forced them to do that. Okay. My man said Israelites. Israelis, you mean? Oh, people read, yeah. People read the Israel tweet and they would think Bella Hadid said that and would never see the correction. Yeah. He meant most people don't remember the correction, only the initial story, so they can lie. Most people won't remember that it's a lie. Yeah. Somehow Hamas would need more than an hour to evacuate a building, so we got them. Okay. Hamas fired over 2,100. Is that okay by you? The innocent Israeli kids are fine by you to die. I've literally never said that. But luckily, Israel has the Iron Dome, which is an incredibly impressive piece of technology. Okay? Israel also has wonderful bomb shelters, luckily. Okay? Anyway, having said that, I've talked about this. I've talked about this so many fucking times, but it bears repeating. If you justify the actions of the IDF and say, well, they're fucking, attacking military locations and like, sorry, it's just fucking casualties of war, then like, you should absolutely fucking understand Hamas's side. You're a bigger advocate for Hamas than I am. I'm not even an advocate for Hamas. You are, though, actually, because if you recognize the Israel's right to defend itself, then you recognize Palestinians' right to defend themselves. And unfortunately, Palestinians do not have a standing military. They do not even have a territory which they can consider their own fucking state, which they should technically, right? So I guess you're the biggest fucking advocate for Hamas, dude. It's crazy. According to international law, Palestinians do have a right to defend themselves. You think that also if an A-list celebrity said throw the Jews into the sea, there would be more coverage than just the Israel Twitter account? Yeah. I did not run an ad. I'm going to run it now. I forgot to run one. Okay. It's top of the hour. I'm going to run one now. Actually. A 60-second ad break. On the face of it, this succession of vastly disproportionate attacks has often seemed frenzied and pathological. Senior Israeli politicians have not discouraged such perceptions. Indeed, they've actively encouraged them. After the 2008-9 assault, Israel's then Foreign Minister Tzipi Livni boasted, Israel demonstrated real hooliganism during the course of the recent operation, which I demanded. Oh, there is more that... Oh, there is more than just that. I'm going to show you some fucking fire quotes. Hold on. Because, like, people always fucking talk about... People always talk about like, oh, well, there's fucking Palestinian people or Hamas officials that wait, what is this? I think talking about this person would be excellent in discovering why IGN removed the Palestine aid page. Kamur Hussein, who is the managing editor of GameSpot. Okay, but he is the managing editor of GameSpot. I don't know how the fuck we would get. Thank you for every member of the IGN and Game Informer teams that took the incredibly brave step of voicing their support for the people that needed it. I mean, I'm still down to talk to them. I'm still down to talk to Tamur Hussein, but am I confused here? Isn't IGN? He's in chat right now. This was my message to the video game industry. If you'd like to talk about it, I'm here in chat. Yeah, just reach out to me on Discord. Hold on one second. I want to show this. People constantly fucking say, for example, defenders, like ardent defenders of the IDF and Israel's like violent actions and Israel's violent occupation, they will routinely say, "Oh fuck, I forgot to run the ad. God damn it!" They don't say that. I say that. I'm saying that right now. If you like to no longer see the ads, you can subscribe or not. I don't give a shit. Here's the fucking ad. Okay. So, oh god damn it. Okay, so these people will constantly fucking say, "Well, Hamas leadership wants all Jews to be eradicated. Hamas leadership wants all Jews to be eradicated." Okay. What about the fucking Israeli leadership? What do they say? Well, let's hear it. Let's hear some notable quotes. "Palestinians are beasts. They are not human." Then Deputy Minister of Religious Services and current Deputy Minister of Defense, Rabbi Eli Ben Dahan. "What's so worrying about the understanding that the entire Palestinian people is the enemy? They are all enemy combatants, and their blood shall be on all of their heads. Now this also includes the mothers of the martyrs who send them to hell with flowers and kisses. They should follow their sons. Nothing would be more just. They should go. As should the physical homes in which they raised the snakes. Otherwise, more little snakes will be raised there." Current Minister of Justice, Ayelet Shaked, quoting a former settler activist and speechwriter and advisor for Netanyahu in 2014. "The Sudanese are a cancer in our body. We will do everything to send them back where they came from." Miri Regev, who is the current Minister of Culture and Sport. "Those who are with us deserve everything, but those who are against us deserve to have their heads chopped off with an axe." Then Foreign Minister and leader of the Israel Beitenu Party, Avigdor Lieberman. "Our soldiers are the only innocents in Gaza. Under no circumstances should they be killed because of false morality that prefers to protect enemy civilians." Enemy civilians. One hair on the head of an Israeli soldier is more precious than the entire Gazan populace, which elected the Hamas and supports and encourages anyone who murders Israelis. Then Deputy Speaker of the Israeli Parliament Knesset from Netanyahu's Likud party, Moshe Feiglin. "A Jew always has a much higher soul than a Gentile, even if he is a homosexual." Then Deputy Minister of Religious Services and current Deputy Minister of Defense, Rabbi Eli Ben Dahan. And of course, the world's most woke, utopia, the only good country in the Middle East, Israel. "I am happy to be a fascist." Miri Regev, current Minister of Culture and Sport. "There are 92,000 families in Israel in which one of the partners is not Jewish. We have a real problem that we have to deal with." Zipi Hoto Veli, the current Deputy Foreign Minister. This is in 2011. "The Palestinian threat harbors cancer-like attributes that have to be severed. There are all kinds of solutions to cancer. Some say it's necessary to amputate organs, but at the moment I am applying chemotherapy." Then General and current Defense Minister Moshe Yaalon. "The best way to deal with Palestinians is to beat them up, not once, but repeatedly beat them up so it hurts so badly until it is unbearable." Benjamin Netanyahu, current Prime Minister, while in the opposition following his first term as Prime Minister, caught on video speaking to Israeli settlers in 2001. We've already shown this as well. Remember when the Prime Minister of Israel said, "The weak crumble, are slaughtered, and are erased from history, while the strong, for good or for ill, survive. The strong are respected, and alliances are made with the strong. And in the end, peace is made with the strong." This is straight up fucking Nazi shit, dude. Sorry. Okay? Straight up fucking Nazi shit. So when I say that, and motherfuckers are like, "Dude, actually, like, you're fucking being anti-Semitic," like, you're delusional. You're a delusional person. You have to call this out. Yeah. You don't understand. Why are you quoting all these people out of context? Yeah, exactly. Okay, don't even fucking joke that, by the way. Don't even joke about that. Anyway. So the Hamas equivalent of this is the same. Like, there are certainly people within Hamas that say exactly the same shit, but about Jews, like that all Jews need to be eradicated from Palestine. And because of the horrifying history of Jewish people, like, internationally being subjugated, internationally being marginalized and a victim to pogroms and the Holocaust. Because of that, when you hear one side, you're like, oh, what the fuck? That's anti-Semitism. And it is anti-Semitism. Okay? But you never even hear the other side. You never even hear the responsible individuals, the Israeli officials that we celebrate, the Israeli officials that are in power right now, controlling one of the world's most technologically advanced militaries, okay, doing ethnic cleansing to a group of people that have nothing. Nothing. They have nothing. They barely have a fraction of a percentage of fucking land that doesn't even have clean water or electricity. Okay? They have nothing. Motherfuckers would be like, they have rockets. Okay? It's nothing. They have homemade bathtub meth equivalent of fucking rockets that they lob. So when you have a problem, like when you say like, well, Palestinians, or sorry, Hamas is lobbing rockets indiscriminately into Israel. Okay. So what's up? Do you want to give them fucking an Air Force then? So they strike military targets, level the playing field, give them an Iron Dome, build some shelters? Is that what you want to do? You know, let's revisit the conversation again. Yeah, why don't we give Hamas some fucking laser-guided missiles then to defend Palestine? You know, equalize the and level the playing field a little bit so they can hit the military parts of Israel rather than indiscriminately lob rockets. How about that? Okay. You know what I'm saying? How about the fact that Palestinians don't even have the right to vote? Maybe even considered inhumane to most of these brainwashed motherfuckers? Yeah. Israel only vaccinated Palestinians who work in Israel. Then they purchased over 10 million additional vaccines just to give the other countries, not Palestinians. Oh, yeah, 100%. How about that, guys? Wait, oh fuck, Israel has a nuke. We need to give Gaza a nuke. We need to make it a leveled playing field, right? Joe Rogan gives the correct, it's complicated take. Now, that's not the only one that I wanted to talk about. Like, Biden is like straight the fuck up, not saying anything, or when he does end up saying things, that old fuck ends up saying things like unconditional support to Israel. Israel has a right to defend itself. Is like Israel is continuing to fucking engage in its like bombing campaigns. What is this? Dude, why do you send Discord links that literally send me to fucking, come on, that send me to log into Discord? Like, do better. This is your reminder. 24 hours on Israel, and Israel still has not offered a shred of evidence proving that the building that housed AP and AG bureau, the Al Jazeera bureaus had anything to do with Hamas. Oh yeah, that's the other thing. And then motherfuckers who defend that action. This has been fucking 24 hours since Israel bombed the fuck out of a building. Like, bombed the fuck out of a building that AP had occupied for 15 years, okay? That the Associated Press was in Gaza. They said it was intelligence assets in there. Okay? If you also still believe Israel's evil doing the 2005-2006 Lebanon-Israeli war, Israel would purposely bomb school buses, Red Cross, ambulances, and hospitals. And then they said the same shit. They said that they were strategic targets that hid like Hezbollah militants. They did the exact same thing. They lied, and no one was like, oh, this seems kind of weird. Or rather, when NGOs actually were like, well, that's fucked up and not true. What the fuck are you doing? Nothing happened. Nothing happened. I really don't think any member that is higher up in the Israeli government should be able to freely travel to European countries. They should get arrested immediately and tried in the International Criminal Court. Straight up. If there was a shred, an ounce of fucking decency, an ounce of dignity, an ounce of respect for humanity from any of these fucking supposedly liberal Western European nations, they would arrest the fuck out of every single person that has had a say in those rockets being launched on media buildings, rockets being launched on hospitals, rockets being launched on schools. Every single one of them should be jailed and tried like the motherfucking Nuremberg trials, dude. Straight up. Straight the fuck up. Germany would never do it. They literally would never do it. There's an obvious reason why the things that you hear from German broadcasters is like unconditional and critical support to Israel, unconditional and uncritical support to Israel, no matter what, for obvious reasons, you know, for things that they did to the Jews not that long ago. Now, one of the Pod City Lives now deleted tweets saying AP bombing is justified. Trust me, bro. What? Tommy Vitor fucking what? What is he independently fucking saying? That independently verifying that, oh no, dude, like trust me, I talked to some people, bro. Bro, someone told me Hamas was in the building, bro. This is huge. Obama's former spokesman said he is sure Hamas had facilities in the AP building because he talked to people who worked in the building. Last thoughts on this. I'm sure Hamas offices were in that building and that they purposely co-locate operations with civilians, but that's not a new problem. And if the IDF wants to claim that the military efforts is targeted, precise, etc., you shouldn't hit that building. Appreciate your tweets as ever on this, Tommy. Just interested to hear more as to why you're sure Hamas offices were in the building. Why are we taking that as fact? Is there evidence to be sure? I talked to people who worked in the building. Trust me, bro. Okay, I'm gonna look at a couple more things before I bring in the editor of I'm gonna bring in Taimur Hussain, who is a British Pakistani Muslim. He's the managing editor of GameSpot. I'm gonna have him in a second, but before I have him on, I am going to look at a couple more things that I wanted to get through, okay? But like this notion that we must, you know, unconditionally trust whatever the fuck the IDF is saying and like repeated hook, line, and sinker like a day after they bombed the fucking media building where the media members inside were like, this is fucking ridiculous. Like, this is not, there is no validity to the claims that they're making. And that is the Associated Press straight up asked for proof from the IDF. And they have never given proof, and they will not give any proof regardless. By the way, even if there was fucking Hamas intelligence assets in there, you still can't bomb a fucking media building, for the record. I just want to make that clear as well. Just so you understand, you still cannot fucking bomb a building that is occupied by the media, okay? You can't do that. You absolutely can. It's a valid military target. Your mother's pussy is a valid military target, okay? You fucking dumb motherfucker, dude. Wrong. Literally fucking wrong. You are wrong from, if we are to act like we respect international law, you are literally wrong. The definition of a human shield is so goddamn narrow and so specific that even if Israel was like, here is all of the information that we have on Hamas targets, all of those war crimes that they've committed in the Gaza Strip would still be unjustifiable. You are literally wrong, but you're also brain dead. You're not only wrong, but you're stupid as fuck. You cannot say that in the world's most densely populated fucking corridor, people are using fucking human shields. Congrats, you just let terrorists win every conflict until the end of time? No, motherfucker. I want the terrorists to stop. That's why I'm against American interference in Middle Eastern affairs. That's why I'm against what the IDF is doing in Palestine to Palestinian people. Because that's fucking real terrorism. Just because it's perpetrated by a state actor does not change the reality that it's not only terrorism, but it's really good fucking terrorism too. They're like literally the best at doing the terror. Israel's Twitter is doubling down on the Bella Hadid thing. Second 22. These motherfuckers are just like he's just like, I don't know what to say about this. I am mishearing what's going on in the video, so like it's actually true. It's the way I'm saying it. I have an Israeli acquaintance that loves Trump, but Nazis support Trump. Why do they not understand that this is crazy? I mean, Bibi Netanyahu literally fucking aligns with actual fascists that are anti-Semitic. They have the same goals, which is the ongoing eradication of Palestinians. You know, just a bit off topic, happy news. Gay conversion therapy has been banned in the UK. Good shit. Anyway, okay. Okay, yeah, I know. Netanyahu himself is a Holocaust revisionist. Anyway. People on TikTok are getting mad at you for calling the Israeli government. They're getting mad at you for calling the Israeli government Nazis and fascists. Wanting to save Palestine does not mean this.
Kill the Jews, 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 kill the...
Okay, I'm gonna take a second to talk about...
Wait, are you fucking kidding me, dude? Oh my god, did this fucking asshole literally cut the donation off as I literally dunked on them? You are such a pathetic piece of shit. Shame on you. Shame on you, you fucking liar. You fucking filth. You fucking absolute dog shit. You fucking piece of shit. You fucking garbage motherfucker. I cannot believe it. I cannot believe that, like, not only did I pause that fucking donation, I literally talked about how I was going to get them, like, I was going to get them banned from every fucking platform for saying that. You fucking piece of garbage. You know these motherfuckers are such liars, dude. To defend the bloodshed, no amount of lies. It's just like, I will do anything I can to defend the fucking unjustifiable actions. I despise these people so much. God, why are you such a fucking horrible monster, dude? Shame on you, and shame on your fucking parents for literally bringing to this world such pathetic, filthy spawn. You disgusting, vile piece of garbage. Fuck you. Oh my God. Oh, this is disgusting. So fucking disgusting. What a pathetic worm, dude.
About this. Not only am I not
Stop
surprised,
using the Shoah and Nazis measuring tools.
but honestly annoyed that Hassan acts surprised. When you're making videos calling Jews Nazis and fascists, don't be surprised when they're anti-Semites on your stream.
Yeah, that guy definitely was on my side. You're right. Nazis love me, except they fucking dox me literally all the time. All the goddamn time. I have fucking threads on 4chan fantasizing about how they're going to murder me. Talking about how back in the day when I had dogs, how they were going to murder my dogs first. They were going to lure them with fucking pieces of ham before they fucking fantasize about how brutally they're going to violate me and murder me. They dox me all the goddamn time. They've doxed every single fucking house that I've been in. But yeah, no, they love me actually. They fucking love me. What a fucking piece of shit, dude. I just, fuck you, dude. Fuck you. Like literal credible death threats that I have to go through throughout my entire fucking career by like actual fucking alt-right fascist sympathizers. And then these motherfuckers turn around and act like I have any fucking shred of appreciation for that form of pathetic filth. I cannot believe that she cut out my fucking response as though I was insupportive of this shit. Disgusting. You disgust me, dude. Hashtag Zionist. Hashtag Free Palestine. Hashtag my dick, dude. Lying for clout ass motherfucker, dude. Fuck you. Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. She deleted her Twitter already? She probably changed it. Hashtag Zionist, hashtag Free Palestine. Weird. Yeah, their next video is going to be about how I'm fucking cyberbullying them too. The clip channel has all of it. She's just stitching it, which only shows the first 5 seconds of it. Yeah. I wonder why the fucking clip channel that featured like what my fucking response was. I wonder why the clip channel that posted my entire fucking response to that take, you know, I wonder why that didn't also. She did a follow-up to it?
Also, another thing I want to say about this video is literally the comments under this TikTok. No one acknowledging, everyone's just fucking making jokes out of it. Like, it's a joke. Like, it's not. Actual Jewish people die from this shit.
The donator is not alone and not a minority. Jewish people have been harassed worldwide, and already anti-Semitism in the UK has risen by 200x. I wonder if I've ever fucking talked about the rise of anti-Semitism in Western nations and how damaging and devastating that is from a human rights point of view. Oh, wait, you could have literally searched that, you fucking asshole. Something I've talked about so many fucking times. They died from the dono. You don't understand. Shame on you. Shame on you for behaving this way. God damn it, dude. Pathetic. There's another thing that I want to fucking talk about. A lot of you ask me regularly, like, why is it that so many people just like fucking offer blind loyalty to the state of Israel and the actions they commit against Palestinians? One, it's because, you know, I've talked about it so many times, but like, it's because common enemy within Muslims, even though Palestinians, they're not all Muslim, doesn't matter though. It's like regarded and treated as like Muslims. Okay? Said Black Lives Matter in her Twitter bio. Yeah. Anyway. God damn. That made me so fucking mad. Holy shit. But anyway, as I was saying, the other thing that frustrates me so much, there's a funny thing that happened in the UK where I think Corbyn was talking. Where I think Corbyn was like talking at a rally or something. And this guy captured this footage and he said the world's unluckiest anti-racist strikes again. It's not that big of a deal. And the person that fucking clapped this was making it seem, another like Gen Z moment here. They were making it seem like he was talking in front of an anti-Semitic cartoon, like a anti-Semitic caricature of a Jewish person. Except if you literally look at the image, you will recognize that it's not a Jewish person that's being depicted there, but even then it's anti-Semitic, which is, of course, what's his fucking name? The UAE guy, Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan. That's who that person is. And the people there are criticizing him and fucking screaming about him and doing an effigy to him for his unconditional support to Israel because of UAE's like fat fucking contracts they recently got as a consequence of normalizing relationships with Israel. So they said this, but the funniest part is like, motherfuckers are like, nah, dude, you're actually wrong. Like, you're literally wrong. That's still anti-Semitic. Okay? Nah, that's still anti-Semitic. Why? This motherfucker is not even this motherfucker's not Jewish, but even then it's anti-Semitic. Because they put fucking horns on him and said he's the devil. I'm aware that the effigy of the Prince of the UAE, but he has been caricatured in a stereotypical anti-Semitic depiction of a Jew due to his country's recent peace deal with Israel. If you can't see the blatant anti-Semitism here, you're fucked up. Oh my God, dude. Is this the argument here? The argument here is that like, if you are Arabs are Semites. So therefore, if you're anti-Arab, you're anti-Semitic. It just is, bro. It just is. This is just like, you're straight. The nose, though? Motherfucker, have you seen what that dude's nose looks like? Again, if you don't know what Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan's fucking face looks like, then, you know, don't talk, okay? This is what the dude looks like. The dude that they're depicting there in devilish detail. I didn't say MBS. No, this is the UAE. This is the UAE. This is the same energy as like people saying, you know, people making fun of XQC's nose is actually anti-Semitic. Like the schnoz memes, like that was a literal thing that Zoomers were fucking saying. Like, oh, there's like an idea that like you know, some people have big schnozzes like XQC and all these other people, and like the fact that people bring up that they have big noses is actually like anti-Semitic. Anyway. But that's not what I was going to show you guys. The thing I wanted to show you is like, again, this conversation is so dumb because like, look at what we are talking about right now. Like, we've already moved on from the actual conversation. We've moved on in the eyes of like Westerners who have gotten upset at this. We have already moved on from like the actual acts of violence, the human casualties, the occupation, and now we're talking about fucking like, nah, dude, actually, well, look at that. He's wearing the traditional Jewish headdress. Remember, this is how Jews dress, says Felix Biederman. Okay? I love that. As long as you are in... If you are in support of Arabs are technically Semites, right? But this never gets mentioned in anti-Semitism. Like, most people don't fucking talk about that. It's like Islamophobia is usually the way that we talk about like the racialized component of like anti-Arab discrimination. We rarely ever talk about it from like the point of view of anti-Semitism, right? Even though Arabs are Semites, right? I love that like in this new version of the war of attrition on social media, we are going to start saying like, well, Arabs that defend Israel, they're Semites, so you're being anti-Semitic towards them. Whereas like, you know, all the other Semites that get fucking murdered and brutalized, the other Arabs that get murdered and brutalized, like, well, that's fine. They're not people, so it doesn't matter. Okay? Does that mean Israel is anti-Semitic because they're killing Arab Palestinians? Yes. So this shit like triggers the fuck out of me because like it's always like it's like leftist and progressive people in Western worlds. He has not been caricatured anti-Semitically due to peace with Israel. He's been caricatured anti-Semitically because he's Arab, and Arabs are a Semitic people with Arabic as the world's most spoken Semitic language. All descendants of Shem, Arabs and Jews alike, have those horns. What the fuck? It's true. They are Semites. So it's anti-Semitic in the sense that, like, it's anti-Arab. Like, technically, I have Semitic roots as well. Hold on. Bombing Gaza is anti-Semitic. We must defeat anti-Semitism, please. Stop bombing Gaza because of your gross anti-Semitism towards the Semitic Palestinian people. Which, by the way, like, anti-Semitism is a gigantic problem. Like, but having this conversation is not even remotely productive and is like not fucking stopping anti-Semitism. You're literally deflecting away from like an actual issue and pulling up the fucking anti-Semitism deflection shield. And even I'm now dragged into this and having this fucking idiotic conversation. Like, let's not talk about the Israeli war crimes, but instead the depiction of an Arab person who is also Semitic. Anyway, the thing I wanted to show you is how posting is actually a real war. And in some ways, I think this is a good way to examine why there is so much propaganda and why it is why you hear like the same fucking 5 lines. Like when you hear the same 5 to 6 speech tree defenses from people in my chat over and over again. This is part of the reason. Okay, here it is. It's propaganda. It's learned behavior. It's like people's parents fucking educating them on the matter in an incredibly fucking biased way. It's their own government if you're Israeli, like telling you like Palestinians are a certain way and you got to deal with that. Okay, so let's watch
say
this.
What? You want us to make you look?
Austin, do not fucking bring this shit up right now, okay? You don't want to get absolutely brutalized in this chat. Biden's approval rating might be high right now, but trust me, not in the eyes of this community, okay? Like, literally, for the past week, this motherfucker has been defending the ongoing ethnic cleansing in Gaza, not only the occupation for his entire life, but like straight up in the aftermath of like hundreds of fucking Palestinians dying in the past week as a consequence of like Israel's ongoing bombing campaigns in Gaza, the world's largest open air prison. Biden has just basically said, keep bombing, Jack, cut the malarkey. So don't come in here and talk about his fucking approval rating. Okay, let's listen to this this conversation. I think this took place in Harvard. I'm not entirely sure. The Harvard professor, one wonders where all the talking points of the Ivy League educated media elites come from.
That's not my job.
Hold on.
And you will say, what? You want us to make you look good? That's not my job. Your job is to make us look good. Our job is not to make you look good, American Jews. What do you have to worry about? Your job is to make us look good. And here's how you do it. Every one of us has to serve 3 years in the Army, 2 years in the Army, some of us 5 years, and then for the rest of our lives, you have got to serve 2 or 3 years in the army of words. You've got to learn to fight the political battle, which is even more important at this point than the military battle that we are. We'll fight the military battle. We're not asking you necessarily to come and be lone soldiers, although some of you can. You've got to learn how to fight back on the campuses, how to make the arguments. Now, they keep shifting. You know, the ground keeps shifting under us. They keep changing the language. Intersectionality wasn't even a word 10 years ago. Now suddenly it's intersectionality. You've got to stay on top of it. And you know how we train for the army? We don't train for defensive warfare. If the war against Israel ever had to be fought on Israeli soil, do I have to tell you? It's an impossibility.
Bro, that's like, I mean, this is like the Barry Weiss article that ended with that, like, really damning but very brutally honest line about how, like, the continued Zionist project relies on the bombing campaigns and mass purges of Palestinians. Like, this is how it works. Like, it just has to work that way. Because if the tables were turned, like, that would be devastating.
So it's the same thing. Don't let the war of words ever be fought about Israel's nature. Let it be fought about why you can't accept Israel, why you have to single out this tiny people. Try to find Israel on the map. It's hardly there. You know, we used to play this game.
Literally tree dialogue. Literally fucking dialogue wheel, dude. Straight up. Don't question mark it. How many times have you heard this shit? How many times do you hear this from people, like, where they will say, like, come on, Israel's a tiny country. Come on, let's do a little bit of fascism. We're tiny. We're surrounded by enemies. We're tiny. Why do you not want us to exist? Right to exist. Right to exist. Israel's right to exist. Never talk about the Palestinian right to exist. Always body your opponent by just force feeding them your framework. What is a right to exist? Did Nazi Germany have a right to exist? No, right? States don't have an inherent right to exist. Did apartheid South Africa have a right to exist? People within states have a right to exist, a right to survival. So if your right to exist is built upon an occupation regime that creates so much death and destruction, then it can't exist that way. You have to either make changes or you have no right to exist. This does not mean the people within these states have no right to exist. Of course they do. I find it so ridiculous. It's so fucking silly to just like constantly have this like, oh, well, doesn't Israel have a right to exist, Hassan? Doesn't Israel have a right to exist? Israel has a right to exist as much as every other nation. Israel does not have a right to exist if that existence is predicated upon murdering people over and over again, nonstop, occupying them into territories that are purposefully shut off from the rest of the planet, where you just bomb them over and over again, doing a little bit of genocide. That's no existence. That's brutality that you are subjecting others to.
Many people try to find Israel on the map. It's hardly.
So you think Israel does not have a right to exist? After I say that, where is it? Where is that guy who just said that? So you think they don't have a right to exist? Why are you reporting on yourself and claiming that the only way that Israel can exist is if you keep bombing Palestinians? Like, have you no shame? Are you not even a little bit embarrassed that, like, you feel this way? Can you never examine your own point of view ever, where you're just like, so basically you're just saying Israel can't exist, like, because we can't exist without genocide, so we can't exist. You're saying we can't exist. Like, just think about the energy that you put into that statement, right? Think about the premises that you have to accept, and no one is forcing you to do so, by the way. I'm an American citizen. I criticize the American government all the time. I'm a Turkish citizen. I criticize the Turkish government all the fucking time. If you are Israeli, you have a right to criticize your government. And it's one of the wonderful liberal things that we sell as a theory, right? Nobody's forcing you to literally be like, nah, dude, genocide is fucking pog, okay? You don't have to do this. So if you still have these sorts of, if you still hold on to these sorts of like biases, examine them. Okay, just think about it. Like, where did you learn this? Why do you feel the way that you do? And ask yourself, do you have to continue running defense for a government that you may not agree with? Okay? I don't understand that, ever. I just cannot comprehend that. You don't have to be an American citizen, though. Looks like you are forcing yourself to be one. I was born here, bitch. Sucks to suck for all the people that don't like that. Anyway. Let's keep going.
Be there. You know, we used to play this game, Where's Waldo? Where is Waldo on the map? Are you going to really tell me that this is the country you want to blame? Push them. Teach them how to defend by attacking. Teach them really what one says as in fencing. You've got to do that. You've got to make demands on them. They've...
You know, this is, of course, like very similar to every single fucking argument you hear from people in here every day. What about Turkey? Why aren't you talking about Turkey? What about your own faults? Like, what about America? What about all these other countries that are engaging in untold acts of cruelty? As though I don't talk about all of those things. Of course I do. So it's just this old lady who is, ironically, I believe, older than the fucking state of Israel, okay, is over here telling you how to do the propaganda and telling you that this is a war, that you should be fighting in the information war if you're not going to literally go fight for the IDF. Suddenly Harvard doesn't seem that nice anymore. Motherfucker, like Harvard, Yale, these places suck. Like they're wonderful. And there are some brilliant people that come out of these institutions, but like there isn't a better fucking example of like making the American oligarchy a permanent position, like an object of permanence, is better than like the neoliberal think tank CIA hosting grounds, like scouting grounds, like Yale and all these like Ivy League schools.
Got to serve for 3 years in the army of words.
Well, I cannot even start with this.
Anyway. Some weirdo commented on your most recent tweet. Look at it. No. So, the thing is, like, for a lot of these people, for a lot of, bloodthirsty advocates, for a lot of bloodthirsty advocates of, like, the Israeli occupation, who are just like, no, this is deserved. Like, Palestinian people deserve this death and destruction. It's not just about winning policy. And it's the same as it is for all conservative reactionaries. Conservatives, as you all know, pretty much fucking own the entire government. They own the entire government under the Trump administration, and they still fucking cried about, like, liberals on college campuses. Why? Because it's not enough that you have won basically every fucking lever of power, right? It doesn't matter that you have personally dismantled any sort of congressional power and any sort of like legislative agenda making by having an obstructionist position that you never get punished for, and then you have patted the